It's that time of year again, guys, when we transform our porch from spring into summer. So come along with us and see the steps that we're going to go through to make these changes. Welcome to our Home and Garden channel. My name is Marlene and my husband is in front of the camera with me today. So let's take a look and see what we're starting with here. And it's not looking the worst at this point. The main issue right here is that the pansies, they were so beautiful in the winter. They were even prettier than this, guys. This is one of them that I captured in the intermediate stage, but they cannot handle the heat. So as it gets warmer, they're not going to make it. So we're going to have to take them out. And, the summer flowers are coming up, so they're going to fill out really nicely. But for right now, the pansies did their job, and it's time for them to, be put around the back where it's a little cooler there. We're going to have to also clean up the roses, the shrubs, and all of that. So we have our work cut out for us today. It's over 2 days, actually. So look also at this, guys. The camellia has shed so many of the flowers. It does that after the winter, and they're down there. The leaves, a few of them are there as well, too. So we'll need to tidy those up. So, of course, the first thing was to head on over to our garden center. And they had a really, really nice deal on Vinca. And I thought, wow, because I had thought of getting some other things, but when I saw that, I said, I like Vinca. I've done videos on Vinca before, so I figured I'd get one because this is a large container. This is like 2.5 quarts, and it's only going for $4 a piece. We also had to get some mulch to go ahead and change out the one because one was looking so beat up and tired, and we did get 6 bags of that. No special on that, but that's okay. And just to show you guys, this is always one of the sadder parts of gardening for me when I have to, and this is when you live in a, different type of a zone where it gets colder in the winter and so on, where you have to change your flowers out from one season to the other, or if they're annuals, you have to take them out. So I'm going to have to take these out and put them in a little cooler spot, like I was saying. So to do that, what I normally do is to give them a nice good soak first, so that way they come out a little bit easier, and also the transplant from one area to the next is not as shocking for them, so they'll most likely hold up a little bit better. And it should maybe last for about 2 more weeks or so, especially if it rains, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And they smell so nice. Over here now, these are the things that we got. We have our Vinca there, and I like the colors, that they had a dark pink, a light pink, and a white. And I'm going to be reusing some soil in the larger container because that one is pretty big. It's maybe about 30 inches across. I figured, yeah, we're not going to dump all the soil because it's pretty good. And we're going to put the slow release fertilizer in there and just mix in some of the newer potting soil with it. And we have our mulch waiting over there. So, everything is here for us to get started. So I went ahead and I dug it really well in, mixed the older and the newer potting soil together. And guys, you can always buy like a garden sieve, and you can sift out some of your soil. So that way, you save money because the soil is just getting so much these days, the price of them, unless you get them on special. So I'm putting in my slow release fertilizer here. And you can always do things like compost, anything that works well for you, just combine it there and you can revive the soil. Just make sure it's fluffy and well drained. So also to show you here that these plants, and I always recommend looking for plants in the garden center that have multiple roots in there, so that way you can get more than one plant than just one in the pot. Unless you're going for a really large pop of color, then you'd put them, get a really big one that only has one. But otherwise, I always say try to get them smaller because it's also fun to just watch them grow and they come up and you can see where they started from and where they ended up. So over here, and I'm just making a nice deep hole to put the periwinkle in. And these are not like nice smelling flowers or anything like that, but they're very pretty and they're very drought tolerant. So, I've grown them before and I really, really like them. And, like I was saying, I like the combination that they had there. So I thought it was a good idea. And I'm going to put one to this one side and one to the other side because this one had 2 of them in there. So that really is a bang for your buck right there. So I'm going to put them in that way. And I'm going to put the white one towards the front. Typically, I do like a spiller, thriller, filler kind of a thing. One tall, one, filling in and one spilling over. But this time I'm trying something a little bit different. We're going to have a spiller, maybe 2. The pink one looks like it might spill over 2. But the darker pink one at the back, that one most likely will grow upright and be more like a thriller in it. But either way, they're going to fluff out and they're going to look really, really nice. So this is what it looked like after I had planted them. And I just went in and gave them a nice soak with the water there. And I typically try to, plant my flowers in the evening so that way when I water them, they kind of rest overnight. And then typically the very next day they come up and they look so fresh already. And I always put mulch on my plants as well too, more so if they're, outdoor plants. And what the mulch does, is that it helps the plant to retain moisture so it doesn't dry out as quickly, especially since these are going into a warmer season, transitioning from cool to warmer. It really helps them a lot. Even though they love heat, it still helps them to, that we don't have to water them too frequently. And there are so many different types of mulch out there. You can just choose the one that works best for you. And then I always make sure to water the mulch afterwards because I remember I had to learn from my mistake where I put the mulch on after I had watered everything. And when I came out the next morning, everything was flopped over because the mulch had pulled all the moisture out of the soil. So just something to bear in mind. And now it's time for day 2, guys. Day 2. So over here now I'm going in and just, trimming out all of these, like spent flowers and in part that looks a little damaged or, like it's drying out. And I've had these Asiatic lilies for quite a few years, and they get a little bit taller every year. They're right next to the Easter lilies, and I absolutely love that bright color. Just adds that pop to everything. And then I come over here now, and I go in, and I always run about this time deadhead my roses because they bloom fairly early in the spring, and then they start to dry out the petals. That is, I have to take them off, otherwise they look a little brown and funny. So I just deadhead them at this point so they can spring up back again. And I saw little trees. That was like a myrtle tree coming up there. I'm seeing like maple, and I was like, is it because we have a tree reserve behind our house? Because there are so many, but we had to go in and pull them out one by one. And then my husband came in with these clippers or shears, and just evened out our boxwood because it really was time for her to get a haircut. So he said he's gonna go in and trim it out with this, and just take time. And it's always good to do these like in the evening when it's a little bit cooler. It's just so relaxing. Just take your time, do what you're doing. You work up a really good sweat, and it is so good for you to get your body flushed out that way. Just be sure to stay hydrated, and you should be pretty much good to go. We try to do that as often as we can. And I think it's looking pretty good so far. This boxwood is really old though, so it's not going to be perfect. And over here, we thought it would be a better idea to use the clippers on these instead so we can get a nice clean cut because these leaves are very tough and they'll tear if what you're using is not very sharp on them. And that's the camellia right there. So, once you were finished with all the pulling and the snipping and all of that, it was time to get the old mulch taken up. And I was just surprised about how dry it was under there because we haven't had rain in quite a while, but we are going to be getting some. So I'm super excited about that, guys. I'm so happy. So you're just going in and, scraping all of that off. And, when you change your mulch, it really gives a nice lift to the garden. I prefer using like the pine bark mulch, or sometimes you'll use like the cypress mulch. I prefer to stay away from the ones that have the dyes in them because even the black one, it tends to burn out, and it also makes your plants warmer in the summertime too because it pulls the heat in. So this is what it's looking like here, the cleanup having taken place. You can see little haircuts going on right there, and the reveal is coming up, guys. So be sure to stick around. So that's how it's looking. We did water it down a little bit overnight too. And these are the mulch that we used. And we used all 6 of them because we wanted it to be pretty thick, maybe like about 1.5 to 2 inches of thickness. And I just wanted to pause for a moment to invite you to subscribe to our channel if you have never done so before. We do lots of gardening topics. We do like garden DIYs. We take you to the garden centers to show you what's going on over there, garden tours sometimes. And mistakes that we or others have learned from. We just put it out there to make your gardening experience a little bit easier. And we do uploads weekly, so if you haven't heard from us, just come on over and take a look to see what we've been up to. Tapping the bell twice helps. And thank you so much to our channel members. We see you, we love you, and we appreciate you. So let's take a look now at what it was looking like before we started. That our little pansies had to come out, and they're actually looking pretty good around the backyard right now. I put them under a tree around there, and they look fine. And this is the other one right here. And of course, the mulch. It was time for that to, be changed out. Roses needed trimming back a little bit. And our shrubs, of course, 3 of them, needed to be cut back. So that's how it started out. And now it's time for the reveal, guys. And we'll just start it off with the front look from the porch and just move it on over. And there she is now with her little haircut. Not perfect because this plant is not really like a hedging plant per se, but I think it looks pretty good. And then over here, you can see the mulch. It just looks so bright and so fresh and just really gives a lift to the whole garden bed. So if you're liking this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It does send a good message out so others can, be inspired to get their their garden cleanup going. And these lilies are so gorgeous. I just love when they bloom in the mid-spring. So, so beautiful. I've had them for so many years and I've done a couple of videos on those. On the left right there, those are my Siberian iris. They all finished blooming, so I trimmed off all the spent blooms off of there. So this is the other shrub right here. This is actually a holly bush that my husband trimmed it back. So we have 3 of them that they got their little haircuts. Just a closer look here now. You can see how the Asiatic lilies are looking. They look so fresh and nice. Maybe we'll get another bloom or 2 from them. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, they'll be good for next year. And over here, this is our Vinca. Not looking so, so hot right now, but it's a start and it's gonna get better and better. And I'll be coming back with a drought-tolerant video further in this season. And I did a video previously, I think it was last year, on Vinca. I'll link it in the description box if you wanted to check it out, like how to take care of these plants. And just you'll see how gorgeous they can be, when you put them in your garden. They come up and they're just beautiful and they're tough as nails. So let's go on over now and take a look at the porch to see how it is looking. You can see the colors right there. They kind of tie into the ones that are in the flower bed. We have our ferns. They still look nice and fresh over there. And the wreath, if you watch my porch makeover video, you know that I typically use the same grapevine wreaths. I have maybe 2 or 3 of them and I just switch out the flowers. Sometimes I just stick dollar store flowers in there. You'd be surprised, how nice they look. And the impatiens are filling out. I may have to repot those maybe in another month or so. And look how beautiful the begonias are, guys. This is what they have gotten to. And this is where they started. This is a flat right here with 6 different plants in there. Put them in the 2 pots and now they're good to go. If you wanted to see, the porch refresh, you can also check out that video in the description box as well. And to care for begonias of any type that you have, this is a previous video that I did. I'll put this in the, well, actually it'll be at the end. You can take a look and see what works best for you. So let's keep it moving. I have a little cushion right there, and this is the other one on the other side. So they're just doing so well, and I'm just so happy about that. Now let's take a look from the side view, because I like looking at it from the side as well too. You can see how everything comes together right there. And I love begonias and I love impatiens. One that's not blooming, I overwinter that one, so I have to give it some plant food because I brought it out about 2 weeks ago. So that way it can start, putting some blooms out. So I really hope that this inspired you and, will get you in, the mood to get going in your garden, your outdoor space. And I love how the porch ties the garden together with the house. It's like 1, 2, 3, in my opinion. So if you've never subscribed before, I hope you'll consider doing so. Thank you for those who share out my videos with those that love gardening. And we certainly hope to see you in the next video. Happy gardening and take care.